Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and this is Faithful Rattos. So, as you can tell from the title of this video, today I am going to be looking at ads on sort of second-hand sites, so PRELOVED and also Pets4HOMES. Most people know by now that if a breeder is posting on these sites, that is a red flag and you want to look into them a little bit further and not take what they say at face value, I think. But also this site has a lot of people rehoming their rats when they can no longer look after them. So it's a really interesting place to go and see if you're looking to add to your group, but you need to be wary of what's going on. So I thought I'd go through some of these ads that I found and tell you the first things that come to mind when I see them and things like that. So yeah, but before we get into those, I just wanted to show you my t-shirt. I don't know if I've showed you this one before, but it's the image that my friend drew of my boys that died in the Bordetella outbreak in as the Peter Pan Lost Boys, Hester as Peter himself. And yeah, I just think it's really cute. And this colour from the printing company worked so great with the image. It was the perfect match. So the first site I'm going to look at is Pets4HOMES. Now, Pets4HOMES has a lot of breeders. People just selling rats to make money, it seems. And there are also some rehoming ads. So let's see. So the first one I have here is in Torquay, and the ad says, 2 adorable female rats looking for a new home, £100, and that's what the ad looks like before you click on it to see the details. Now, just looking at this so far, this is one of the better ads. This is clearly somebody who just needs to rehome their rats. Let's see what the description says. So the description says, Pebble and Biscuit are 11-week-old female rats. They're super inquisitive, very friendly, love a cuddle and a stroke. Both girls in good health and very happy. Sadly, I need to rehome them due to a family member having a severe allergy to the rats. £100 includes the 2 rats, a lovely large cage, 2 bags of feed, bedding, hammock, wood shoes, water bottle. So, price-wise, I think this is a decent price for recouping some of the costs of buying the cage and the materials, but also for the rats themselves, because you don't want to be advertising rats too cheaply on websites like this, because people do search them for live feeders, and I am in no way against snakes eating, nor do I think snakes shouldn't eat rats. However, they shouldn't be eating live rodents. It's just dangerous for the snake, it's horrible for the animal involved, and it's just all round something to avoid, and we shouldn't be doing it in like humane society. So just a warning about that. So this ad is very good for that. They are rehoming due to a severe allergy. Now, one thing I would really advise is that if you've never had an animal before, is to see if you can find someone local to you to handle animals so you can see if you are allergic, or even, I've recommended this in the past, to go into a pet shop, handle their rats, see how you, if that's your last resort and you can, that's the only place you can pre-handle animals, why not? Because then you don't have to buy them if you've handled them. You could just say you've changed your mind. That's probably a bit sneaky. But really, you should handle any animal before you get it, just in case that you might have an allergy. Now, I don't think this is bad that they're rehoming them. Obviously, it's much better for the family and for the animals to be able to go to a home where someone is not allergic. But it's just really sad. The ad looks nice. There's cute pictures of the rats. There's nothing worrisome about this ad. It was a nice one to start with. So the next one says, the beautiful baby rats ready 22nd of May, £20. So now we get on to the breeders. This is clearly a breeder. You have all of these hooded rats in this little, looks like some sort of carrier, I don't know. It seems to be very popular. Some of the ads, because I already looked at these ads before filming this video because I had to compile them to make sure I was not wasting time. And so many people are using this specific thing to like take a photo of the rats in, so whether it's the same person or loads of people have this carrier, and I don't know, but it just gives me the ick, because a reputable breeder will be advertising on their own social media. Maybe they'll be part of a club and they'll be on a list registered with a club. They won't be on selling sites, especially not in this way. Now, the description says, beautiful baby rats for sale, ready to go at 7 weeks old on the 15th of May. Inquiries taken now and are ready to view / reserve on the 24th of April. Mix of black/white, beige/white, grey/white. Both Mum Electra and Dad Zeus can be seen. I have 2 litters available at the same time. Will only sell in pairs or more of the same sex. Okay, so if we're going to go through this, break down the sentence. Ready to go at 7 weeks. Now, some lines will have mature rats who are ready to be rehomed at 7 weeks. However, most of them will not be ready at 7 weeks, and most rats will need to be 8 weeks or even older to be ready to be rehomed. So 7 weeks is really quite young, so that's a red flag. Inquiries taken now and ready to view and reserve. This reserve thing is really unfortunate, I guess, because it's really the mindset of somebody who is selling the animals rather than adopting them out. And reserve, like, you should makes me eep. Mix of black, white, beige, white, grey and white. So they clearly don't know the actual variety name of what they're breeding, which is another red flag. Being able to handle the parents is really nice, but not really necessary. And having 2 litters at the same time is actually quite a good idea, because it means if anything goes wrong, you're able to foster and things like that. Will only sell in pairs or more. That's great, good, glad about that. But not a great ad. Then when I was on this site, I found this article about breeding from your rat, and there's just some icky bits about it. I just don't know why this article is on Pets4HOMES. Like, if you want to get into breeding an animal, you should get involved with breeders of that animal, talk to the community, not read a random article on Pets4HOMES. Alright! Then we have this one from Southampton, baby rats ready the 15th of April. This is the only photo available of rats on this ad. This description says, I have some baby rats ready 15th of April. Please WhatsApp me. Babies are handled from birth and are raised on obios bedding and fed a homemade mix based off the Shunammite diet. Please only contact if truly interested. Delivery is also available if fuel is covered and no longer than 1.5 hours away. My rats are £20 each. Don't contact me for deals. No calls, WhatsApp or message on here only. There's not very much detail here, and there's not any obvious red flags. I'm really glad they're fed on a Shunammite mix. However, I don't know. I just get a bad vibe from anyone who's a breeder and posts on a site like this. Sorry to you. And then we have this one that says 3 male rats, £15. This is another rehoming situation. So this person has 3 male rats that need rehoming ASAP. They're £50 each, or 35 for all 3 together, all friendly, over a year old. Not entirely sure on the age due to them not being mine originally. I'm rehoming them for someone who couldn't have them anymore. They're lovely boys. I won't sell them to someone who hasn't got any rats, as they either all need to stay together or need to be put in with other friendly males. I can't... What? They're all lovely boys. I won't sell them to somebody who hasn't got any rats, as they either all need to stay together or they need to be put in with other friendly males. But if they're staying together, then why does the other person need to have rats? Please contact me if you're interested. Also, don't rehome them by themselves. Like, if they're in a group, keep them together. They're going to be going through a stressful situation. So rehoming them individually, it's just not great. I wouldn't do that. But again, there's nothing hugely red flaggy over here. I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way that they would rehome just one of them, like, alone. It's just a bit weird. I don't like it. Then we have this one, male rats. Now, I'm sorry to say, but this image that is like the head cover photo for the ad just makes me want to cry. Male rats, £40. and this is the full description. Like, there's nothing else here. 4 male rats, handled often, ready to be picked up, must be sold in pairs or more, eating veggie mix, 40 for 2 or 4 for 50. These babies in these pictures look rough. They are weedy and small, and their fur is still in kitten coat, really not ready to be rehomed. I think one of them here is like some sort of hairless rat, which is really unethical to breed. No mention of the extra care requirements for a hairless rat either. Why is it 40 for 2 or 4 for 50? Those prices don't really make sense to me. 40 for 2, okay, but 4 for 50, why such a deal on all 4? Very strange. And also each in veggie mix, that's not a great food. All around, avoid this person. Just from the photos alone. The next one is this ad that says reluctant rehoming of our two boys, £0. Now this is a nice, decent length description. Our 2 boys, Dobby and Hulk, we adopted them a few months ago, and I'm not sure they were handled properly, as they have a hard time being fussed or handled. Had to separate them both as the play fighter turned quite nasty, which I suspect is hormonal aggression. Neutering has been advised, but our financial situation has taken a turn for the worst. Feeling quite overwhelmed at first-time rat parents and just want the best for them. They'd be much better off with experienced rat owners. They'd come with both a cage and a carrier, some treats, food, bedding if needed, and their favourite hammocks. It breaks my heart to process that they're both lovely boys, but they deserve so much better than what we can offer them. Now this is a really sad advert, but just because this person feels like they can't give them what they need, and it's very clear how much they care about these rats, and from the pictures that they've posted, it's also like obvious that they're well cared for. It's just really sad. Now I wouldn't say that this cage is, like, from this pictures that I can see, is the best cage, but it's clear that these people love them. I would say though that neutering them would solve these problems and they'd be able to go on and live a happy life, and I really hope that someone who is well versed can take them on or will take them on. But yeah, this is one of very few, I think, decent ads usually on this site. The next one we are going over to PRELOVED for. So various colours of baby rats, 20 available, and these are pictures of like tiny babies, and this is all that the ad says. I have 20 babies. There are 2 mums helping with huge brood. The babies are being handled daily, plus they are brought up with cats, dogs, children and household noises. They're fed on site and selected food and spoilt with treats. Just huge brood, I don't know, gives me a red flag. I don't know why, maybe I'm just really judgmental, but I don't like that wording. The babies are handled daily, that's fine. Brought up with cats and dogs, does this mean just in the household, or does this mean that they interact? Now if this means that they interact with each other, this is a severe issue. Children and household noises, that's really important. Science selective isn't the worst diet you could possibly be feeding them, but nuggets aren't really good, and I am hesitant to trust a breeder that feeds science selective themselves. And this is all the information that's on this ad. There's nothing else after this. It's just icky. Seeing breeders on these sites is just icky to me, because these are the type of breeders who are not engaging with the fancy. They are not willing to learn from other people and other people's experiences. They are just in it for cute babies and or money, and it's sad. Then we have this one, which is a rehoming ad. 2 Dumbo rats, 3 months old, no cost, in need of a loving home. These pictures are so cute, like really cute. So this one's really small, I can't see it. Hi, so I brought these beautiful sisters in March. Unfortunately I have to let them go because unfortunately due to moving job I'll have very limited time at home, and rats are very social beings and need all the attention they can get. And unfortunately I don't think it's fair keeping them if I can't provide the attention they need. They must go together. As they came from a store, they weren't handled daily. They have been handled since and have really come a long way with being handled. However, can be quite skittish to loud noises. I don't want money for them. I really just want them to go to a loving home. So as I mentioned before, giving them for free really can lead to some dodgy things happening. So I would, even if you are just rehoming because you think that a better home is out there for them than yourself, not adding even just a minimal price tag like 25 or 30 pounds really, really, really does open the situation up to people who are trying to get live food. One thing that I think is people think that they can't have their rats if they're not able to give them a lot of attention, but as long as their cage is properly laid out, is a decent size, and they have company, they don't need daily time out or anything like that. So it's really sad to me when I see people going through, even when it happens to be like, oh god, the sun, even when it happens to be like a brief period of time that they're going to have to be in this situation for, they still want to rehome them, and it just makes me sad because I don't think it's necessary, and they're clearly loved given the fact that they don't want any money for them and stuff. But yeah, this is a decent ad, and from the pictures they look really well looked after. It's just a really sad situation, and I hate seeing this, which is why sometimes I do get suckered into rehoming, especially the old lone ones. They really get to me. Now, I saw this, and this is very clearly a breeder because they have baby rats, males and females, and they've made separate ads. I'm just going to look at one of them because I think they're pretty much the same, but I wanted to show you that the two ads are there together. So it says, I have 7 male rats for sale, which are 8 weeks old, ready for their new homes. They are a mix of Rex, Dumbos, Double Rex, or a combination of the genes. They are all feeding on a mix of dry food plus fresh fruit and veg. I can't speak. They are £20 each. So I don't like it when people say for sale. Like, breeders shouldn't be breeding because they want to sell their animals. They should be breeding because they want to better the species. They want to keep the species well and healthy and present in the world, not to sell them. And it just makes me sad. They're a mix of Rex, Dumbos, Double Rex, or a combination of the genes. It just yells that they don't really know what they're talking about. Now, granted, they do actually know the proper terms, Rex, Dumbo, Double Rex, and things like that, but I don't know, just the way and the grammar and the way that it's written just gives me weird vibes. They're feeding on a mix of dry food plus, does this mean like a mix of dry food, like a dry food mix, or is it a mix of dry food plus fresh fruit and veg? I don't know. I don't know why people who are breeding animals and selling them will put such a short description when looking for homes for these animals. Like, it stresses me out. So there's this one. This says grey and white male fancy rat. If this advert was closer to me, I would have gotten him. Just so you know. Male fancy rat. He's under 2 years old. He's friendly, loves to chill in the hood of a dressing gown and sleep. He likes to play ball. I've taught him to toilet in a litter tray with cat litter This is my son's rat. He wants to go to a good home as he don't live at home anymore. He comes with cage, nothing special, just 80 centimetres by 50 centimetres. So this rat is 2 years old and clearly doesn't have any current friends. Now, I don't know if this is a recent thing and like his partner has died or he's been on his own for 2 years, but this ad makes no comment that rats shouldn't be on their own and that they want him to join a group. There's just no notion of that in this ad, which makes me really sad. And it also makes me sad that this child of this person doesn't want the pet anymore, and instead of being a responsible parent and looking after it and taking that responsibility, they're just rehoming it. And the fact that it says that he's been taught to toilet in a litter tray feels like he is by himself. And this ad just makes me really, really, really sad. And this picture and the pictures of him are so cute. I'm not happy. And the last one that I'm going to show you is this one. Baby rats now available! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. And they're in like another blue tub. I don't know what it is with blue tubs, but it's another one. Different ages and sex rats available. I will only sell in a minimum of pairs unless you already have rats. Collection is from Bedford. Pairs, £10. Trio, £15. Thanks. So, Different ages and sexes rats available. You should be rehoming rats with the same age company within a couple of weeks. Will only sell in a minimum of pairs unless you already have rats. Baby rats need to have same age company. Baby rats should not be rehomed by themselves unless of a very specific situation where it's the only male in the litter and you need to find him same age litter mates. That's fair enough. This should not be happening. This should not be happening. Baby rats need same age company. That's the last advert that I have. Sorry for me being really over here. The sun is really bright here and you wouldn't even be able to see me. So I'm all the way in the corner here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have been saddened and angered by the ads that I found. Now, I don't think that there is any shame in rehoming an animal. If you need to rehome an animal, either because of a change in circumstance or a change in financial situation, or you don't feel you're experienced enough for the issues that they're having, all of these things are fair enough. And if rehoming them is truly in their best interests, go for it. But I think myself and a lot of other people are really sick of people taking on animals without realizing just what responsibility they need. People see rodents especially as small pets that are easy to take care of and not a big responsibility when they are, and it's the poor animals that get to suffer and have to go through multiple homes and be stressed and unsettled. And it just makes me sad, because if these people had done even just a little bit of research, they might have realised that it's not the pet for them, or they may have gone to a more reputable source to get their animals, and then they wouldn't have to be rehomed on these dodgy sites where anybody could get them and do whatever they want with them. It just makes me sad. Let me know in the comments what you think about these ads. If you think I am wrong about anything, do let me know. I might make another one of these in the future if this video is popular, if people like it. And yeah, that is enough from me because this video is pretty long now. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!